So I believe I'm doing God's work, creating good humans. Of course, mark is a part of education, I agree, but that is not all, everything. As a school principal, I believe we need to provide a learning experience. I underline the word learning experience. That is most important.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Great Principles. I am Seema Chhoriya. I bring to you another iconic figure from the world of Indian academia. We all aspire to become someone. As children, we go through various phases and each ushers in a new persona, a new someone we feel in as a role model, someone who inspires or motivates us to do something for ourselves or the society at large. When that someone is a teacher who inspires you to become a teacher, it is a triumph of the noblest profession. Our guest today, Mr. Prashanth TS, founder principal of Kadapa Public School, Kadapa, Andhra Pradesh, believes that he will take on to accomplish scholastic endeavors in his institution. And as Gautam Buddha said, he is able who think he is able. Our guest hold these words in high esteem and make sure he walks the talks and accomplishes this. So please welcome to Great Principles, Mr. Prashanth TS. It's an honor to have you here, sir. It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Thanks. Thank you, Seema. Thank you. Great.
So, sir, as I said, and I told that your teacher inspired you to be a teacher today. So we would like to know from you, do you think that you made a right choice to choose to be a teacher?
There is no second thought. There is a second thought on this. I know I'm a born teacher. So this is the right choice I made in my life. So I took a lot of time to decide on this, but once I decided, I know this is my great decision in my life.
So, many people say that, why you want to become a teacher? There is so much else that you can do. So what is that joy that you get in this profession? We would like to know that.
Number one, this is the one profession that creates all other profession. Number one. Number two, this is the one profession where you deal humans and creating a better human. So I believe this is the God's work. We are creating a new set of role models for the society. So I believe I'm doing God's work, creating good humans.
Absolutely, sir. Teachers do create good humans, and I totally agree with you. If there are no teachers, we all will be, like, hey, why, or don't know what to do, where to go. Someone to guide us is always needed to shape us who we are. So this is what is sir's belief, that yes, he's very much into teaching, and this is what he always wanted to be. Going ahead, sir, are you looking forward to reform learning pedagogy at Kadapa Public School, as you started as a teacher and then you opened up as a founder principal here?
So as a founder principal, there are a lot of challenges. Basically, I'm coming from Kerala. I know the education standards of Kerala. I've been traveling through Tamil Nadu. I've been to Karnataka, to many schools to watch, observe, and participate in many schools and how the academics work. And when I landed up in Kadapa in AP, I never heard double promotion in my life. Okay, so I never seen school working up to 9 p.m. in the night. I was shocked to see all this happen in Kadapa. Okay, parents coming to me asking, my child is in 3rd standard, can you give admission in 5th standard? So I said, I have to say no. So before I started inventing or polishing the system, first I have to create the system. And many times people believe that you can buy knowledge by paying for it. And surprisingly, many schools are doing it in Kadapa. I don't know what they are buying, but many schools are buying money. I know that. So for me, this was a challenge in terms of making the parent understand education is not for money. Of course, there are a lot of money involved in it. I'm not saying that money is not involved. Of course, there are a lot of money involved in it. But that is not the point. Let's say the child is going through an education for 220 to 250 working days. And after the 250 days, the child is not able to write his name in Telugu at least. But he have achieved. Of course, in the progress card, they are getting a lot of marks. 100 out of 100, they are getting 98, 95 and everything. That doesn't mean the child got the knowledge. So first here as a founder principal, I have to break the myth that mark is everything. I've been to school, I've been to different classes, I know the standard of the children. And surprisingly, FA1, all the students, they are getting out of 9 marks out of 10. They are not able even to read. I'm saying in 6th standard. So I was just going through, I understood that, no, I'm not sure all part of Andhra Pradesh. I believe in many parts of Andhra Pradesh, whatever questions is there in the notebook, that will be repeated in the question paper itself. Or the same exact ditto questions are there in the question paper. And parents believe that that is education, that is learning. So during my FA2, the founder year, 2019, closely September, October, I believe, I said, I will prepare the question paper. Whatever objective you are taught, give me the objective, I'll make the question paper. So the FA1, the student, they were able to score 9 marks out of 10. Suddenly in 2 months or 1.5 months, they came to 2.5 or 2. And that was a real standard. And the challenge, out of 109 students in first year, I lost 9 because the marks are coming down. I spoke to the parents. I made them understand that marks are, of course, mark is a part of education, I agree, but that is not all, everything. So the struggle was make the parent understand how mark is important and how we need to create marks. So we used to have regular interaction with the parent, saying how mark is important and how we create marks, how different schools create marks. So the point was to make the parent understand how the skill set is going to work out, or how we are going to transform the inner potential to a greater realm. So that was the challenge in the beginning. Slowly we started working towards it, but unfortunately in 2020 March we closed down, and still we continue with the online session.
So true, sir. Today everyone is running behind the marks because I think it was a need of the hour which changed the entire system. Suddenly we wanted more of doctors and engineers and someone who can just follow mechanical learnings. Otherwise, if we talk about the ancient education system, it was not like that. It was, I think, the need which converted the entire system. And even today we are running behind this rat race of marks. It is a challenge, convincing parents that it is not everything, and their marks is not the, measurement of success of your child. So, sir, you really take up something extremely challenging, I guess.
Exactly. So when we speak about the ancient education system, we hear the story of Arjuna and Drona. So Arjuna said, I can see only the eyes of the parrot or the bird. And the Dronacharya gave he asked him to shoot. But we don't know what happened to Bhima. We are not sure what happened to Sahadeva. But lately we understood that the Bhima become, he said, when Drona asked, Bhima said, I believe I can see the tree, the trunk is this much strength, at 8 feet, that is little weak point is there. If you beat there, that tree will fall. Yeah. So on that time, I believe Drona gave the Gada to him, and you start practicing Gada. Right. So the teacher's job is to find out the real thing of the child. If a child is very good at, let's say, wrestling, why can't we have more wrestlers? If a child is very, very good at writing, other things, why can't we have other people? So our focus is only the doctor or engineer, and unfortunate to see that very, very low quality doctors, engineers like that. So I think that is a failure of education system in India.
Yeah. Hopefully things are improvising with NAP coming in. There is a lot of hopes that we all are seeing, that was a much needed introspection which was required, and government has taken a step, but it might take some time, but we all are hopeful that some change might come, like, new career options coming in. Even parents are getting aware that it's not about doctor, engineer. There are so many other things my child can take up. So all we can do is just wish for the best. And with people like you, sir, there might be changes, guiding the parents that it's not all about the marks. It's about the skills that your child need to learn and be better at what he likes.
I would say it is not pushing the mountain. It is pulling the pebbles. Let's see the pebbles. Let's find out the pebbles. Slowly pull out the pebbles. Then you are making, you will see a day the mountain is moving. That is the way we have to do it. And I believe now the political the willpower of India, you can see a lot of changes. I'm not for any political parties, but I can see a lot of initiatives taken up by the central government, and it is followed very thoroughly followed in by CBSE and other boards. I appreciate that work. We can see a lot of changes in the coming 5 to 6 years.
Absolutely, sir. And pandemic has opened the doors for welcoming these changes, which we all were somewhere apprehensive. Now we all are comfortable. Less we need to be prepared for everything, whatever it may come up. So going ahead, sir, coming on to the next question, as you said, the role of a founder principal is full of responsibility and there are a lot of things. So I would like to ask you, how do you prioritize your activities and maintain a healthy balance between all?
Healthy relation, I mean the professional thing or personal things?
Your work-life balance, how do you manage that?
My work life, let's say, even my wife get up, I will finish my all works. So let's say my wife is getting up 6 o'clock, I'll be done with all my physical exercise, my yoga, meditation, everything. I'll finish it that. So I used to sleep at 8:30 to 9. So I'll get up by 3:45 to 4. So I have a lot of my own timing. So to read my things, to finish off my personal thing, I will finish it by maximum 6:10, 6:30, let's say 6:30. So then you come to school by 8:89. So you have a lot of time to concentrate, focus only on the professional things. So what are the things lacking? What are things going on well? So I think this is the one thing I prioritize for the last 2-3 years. So I wake up little early, that will give a balance. So that is a thing I practicing nowadays.
Wonderful. So we all have 24 hours in the day, but it's just that how do you prioritize your work? How do you manage your time well? And I think rising early gives you that me time, which everyone craves for.
I think I used to hear this for last 20-25 years, but no, it took for almost 16-17 years. The wish was there to get up 4 o'clock in the morning, but it took almost 16 to 17 years to start practicing it. So I think now I am getting into track really. So that keep me going.
So please share us that secret. So how did you find that? How did you manage to get up early? Because we are still struggling. There are so many questions that we get from viewers that how can one get up early?
So the basic thing we need to follow in our life is after 7 o'clock or 7:30 in the evening, and before 8 o'clock, let's say, we are not using the data. So we are not using the data between 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. Many things are possible, very easily possible in our life. So that is a simple trick we have to follow. So no data by 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. So that is the secret.
It is tough, getting that discipline is tough. That you have to control yourself, that resilience is required, that no, you're not supposed to turn on the notification because, you have that nomophobia sort of thing. Oh, there is no notification. Why? My cell is not vibrating. We all have that habit of keep checking the cell phone. So I think that requires a lot of discipline, sir. It definitely needs.
Yeah, sure.
So to all my viewers, just practice this discipline. Try to, cut off yourself from data connectivity and see the wonder happening, and you're waking up early like sir is practicing. Going ahead, sir, your vision is for the students to create a vision for themselves. This is a very unique philosophy, I must say. So do you feel students should be allowed the freedom to think independently about their own career and life in general?
That's a very interesting question. Let's say if the teachers of Sachin Tendulkar insisted him to study, do you think we have Sachin Tendulkar in our life? Or let's say those dropouts, the Bill Gates too, whoever dropouts, and what happened to their life? They had a vision, they had a passion, they dared to follow that. And unfortunately, I underline the word unfortunately, none of our parents dare to allow the son or daughter to follow the passion. I believe I know when I was in let's say 7th standard, 8th standard, I had a strong urge to follow, or I want to become a journalist. Of course, then moving forward by 10th standard, I believe that was just for a year. Then I understood that in 10th standard, there's another passion coming out. But the point here is, I would suggest all the parent, our responsibility as a parent, let the child experience everything. Let them learn violin, let them learn veena, let them learn mridangam, whatever. In one day for sure, we can see the child excelling in anyone. So my point here is, as a parent, my responsibility to expose my child to the maximum. It can be good, it can be bad, whatever. Let them go through the experience. If we want our children to settle down by 22 or 23, this experience is going to help a lot. None of the academies, none of your chemistry, physics, biology marks is going to help you anywhere. So this experience, the good, bad, mediocre, whatever, as a parent, as a teacher, I believe giving the best experience, it will be bad or the negative or positive, whatever, that is the responsibility of a teacher. As a school principal, I believe we need to provide a learning experience. I underline the word learning experience. That is most important. It is not learning A 100 times, B 100. No. Of course, that is important. I'm not saying we need to give an ambience. We need to give an experience for that. That is very much important. So I believe we have to create a vision for the child. They have the vision with them. We have to just remove the darkness on the glass where you can see the spark is no spark is there. Just start removing the darkness. That's all. As a teacher, we have to do it. That's only one thing we have to do it.
So to all my viewers here, sir had made a very important point that, give exposure to your children, let them experience what all is there for them and let them choose what they are good at. There are times that they might mistake, hold their hands, guide them, but don't make their choices. Let them make their own choices. So going ahead on this note, sir, price tag, award, recognition, rewards, discounts, all these words denote, we look for benefit in every encounter or incident. What is in for me? I will also talk like, okay, so this is the show. What is in for me here? So it all seems eternal questions on everyone's mind. Awards are bought, marks are falsified, recognition is also rigged. So, sir, should we as educators work for applause or work for the love for the work we do?
I'll answer this question as a human being. Okay. It is not about a principal. It is not about a CEO. It is not about anything. So my simple point is, when I go to bed at 9 o'clock in the evening, I should be slept by 9:05. So if you have some bad feeling in your mind, you will not be able to sleep. So for me, when I'm at bed at 9 o'clock, I have to sleep by 9:05. So that is my policy. So you have to be very cautious saying that I did everything good today. By my action, by my words, I never hurted anyone. So if you have knowingly or unknowingly, if you hurt anyone, that will be a pinpoint when you are in the bed. So I make sure a point that this is not happening. I'm not hurting anyone by words or action. So when we look for the certificate or these things, I'm not for that. I don't believe in certificates. So I not look for certificates. For me, my greatest certificate is I'm sleeping by 9:05 when I'm in the bed at 9 o'clock. That is the greatest certificate for me in life.
So don't you agree that recognition do push us to be better? It motivates us. Why we give certificates to our students? To motivate them that you did great, keep it up. So isn't it a motivation that we as educators also require at some times?
As a principal, I believe that is my duty to give them. But if I am motivated myself, who is going to lead that? So of course that certificates or the prices what we give, of course, that's a motivation to me. But for me as a person, I not believe I'm not for the certificates and no token of love and everything. So this is the priority for me. Of course, for the student that will be great, no motivating for them. So we'll do that. But for me, I will not consider that as the greatest achievement. For
Yeah.
example, if a child is calling you after 10 years, sir, I was in your fourth standard when you are teaching the school, and now I'm doing this because of you. So that is a great thing to hear. No certificate, no present award will not substitute for this.
Absolutely, sir. Totally agree. You know, awards do work just for a moment, but these feelings, they stay with you for life. That is a satisfaction which makes you sleep at 9:05 dot. You know, so there is one more trick. If you do good and if you believe and you're motivated, automatically you will be able to sleep. There are people who also complain that I'm not able to sleep early. So, you know, just deviate your mind from all the odd things that you're been doing and focus on doing good. So on this note, we move to the very interesting segment of the show, which is called rapid fire round, sir. You have to answer in one word, maximum one sentence I'll permit.
I'll try.
We start with the first question. Who is your favorite author?
It's a for literature you're saying?
Sorry?
It's a literature you're saying.
Who's your favorite author? Yeah, you like reading, so I would like to know.
I'm a philosopher. I prefer to read Swami Chinmayananda.
All right. So he's your favorite author, Swami Chinmayananda. Next, what is your leisure time activity?
Thinking.
All right. So when sir is not working, sir is thinking.
Yes, I'll be thinking always.
All right. Have you ever wished to be anything else besides a teacher?
A good father.
Good father. All right. Co-ed or separate schooling? What do you believe?
Sorry, what was the question?
Co-ed education or exclusively boys or girls school? What do you believe in?
Co-education.
Co-education. All right. Last question. Kerala backwaters or the Grand Canyon of India, your favorite tourist spot?
Tourist spot. There are many things in mind. If you had to say one, I'm looking for Himachal Pradesh, exploring Himachal Pradesh.
All right. So, sir, neither Kerala, not Great Canyon of India. It's Himachal Pradesh where sir's favorite tourist spot is there. So this brings to me to the end of this rapid fire round. Moving ahead to the next question, sir. As we all know, your teacher inspired you to be a teacher. So who inspired you to be a school leader?
Teaching was my passion. But I don't know how I became a school leader. That I believe the surroundings made me to take up the chair and started doing it. So there was no. I literally want to teach. That is the thing to do. But I don't know who inspired on this. Somehow that is an accident, I would say.
All right. So, if as a school leader, you are looking up for some inspiration, whom do you look up for? Who is that one educator?
I seriously not look for any authors or any philosophers. So I seriously, as I was saying little early, I'll be thinking on what is going good, what is going bad. Number one. So if anything is bad, how I can solve it. Of course, there are many books can give you some lights on that, but I believe that is not going to help along. So I personally think a lot on the issues. So 90% of things I'll be leading myself. So there is no external books or others to help on this. I'll be all soul mine.
So we have a self-inspired man with us, and when you achieve that, half the battle is won, because people keep telling, I'm not getting my cake, I'm not feeling motivated. So what is most required is that you need to be self-motivated. You need to keep pushing yourself and finding solution. You will automatically get it. Wonderful, sir. On this note, we reach to the last question of the show, which is also called viewer's choice question. here the question which our viewers have put up is, how can we build a strong education system that allows the two culture, East and West, to integrate as one wholesome learning pedagogy?
No, I don't believe the word East and West. I believe the word the grassroots. Let's say when I say the grassroots, that is the foundation of literacy and numeracy. So this is the basic or the foundation for education. We need not to add the international things and everything. If the child know the basics foundation like the numeracy and literacy, they can do international things. So the focus is the basic like numeracy and literacy. They should be able to write and do all the arithmetic operation like just like this. So that make the child international. There is nothing bringing the UK curriculum or US curriculum to India. That is not going to work. This is the basis. Make the child capable of doing all the arithmetic and literary things. That is the only thing I believe.
So, the reading, learning, and calculative abilities, that is what is required.
That is the international thing. That is the international thing. The point is, each and every country, they have their own curriculum. Okay. So there is no point bringing UK curriculum to India and Indian curriculum to UK. That is not going to work. For each and every learning, there is a foundation. The literacy, I mean the numeral and the other things is very important. That is the international. That will make the child international.
And so, sir, the trend that we are seeing, every school now, I am Cambridge affiliated, IGCSE, IB.
Sorry, I had to say this because many schools, they say the IIT curriculum in first standard, what rubbish they are talking about. So that is all making money points. School is not for making money. It is for making humans.
Absolutely. So, beautiful thought that school is not for making money, it is for making humans, and that is what is the true goal of education, which is somewhere lost today in this money business of schooling. Totally agree with sir that schools are an institute which is not a business. So sir, it was wonderful to have you, and conversing with you. What I understood is, as Aristotle said, those who know do, and those that understand teach, and that is what sir is. Sir understands and sir teach. Those who know, they will just do, but to transfer that teaching is something that requires skill. And we have here with person who believes in teaching and transforming, in making better citizens and better humans. So it was really wonderful to have you here. You inspired us to look on the true goal of education, and just stay away from all the fancy labels.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.